Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 62 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today, I am working on further advancements through Botania. I'd like to increase my mana storage amount, so literally just as I started recording, this mana pool filled up. It's filling up pretty quickly, as a matter of fact. What I'd like to do is increase the amount of mana storage we have, and the best way to do that is to make more mana pools. I'm thinking a 3x3 of mana pools for now should be sufficient. And hey, I hear blocks breaking. Nice. So cool. Loving that that is a thing. So this is our flower production area, which is running because I just crafted a bunch of sparks. This is our other auto crafting stuff for living wood and living stone. That all looks good. Enderman. What's up, dude? And I still don't know why they just keep showing up randomly. Somebody's trolling. And their name is Enderman. So what I'm thinking is we could probably have this be our mana production and this could be our mana storage. Do we want to like line this up maybe just for visual purposes? Like that? Does that look cool? I think so. And we could have maybe a couple dedicated mana pools that are responsible for auto crafting. So we might set up an auto crafter for Botania. I'd like to automate as much as I can. I still haven't come up with a great way to automate rune production. There's a couple ways, like I mentioned, to do it. I do want to do that at some point, but I just still haven't come up with a great way to do it. So distributing mana to mana pools. Now that we have sparks and we've opened up a portal to Elfheim, we have access to spark augments, which is pretty awesome and useful. There are 4 of them: dispersive, dominant, recessive, and isolated. Okay, dispersive is cool because it'll automatically refill tablets in your mana tablets, like in your inventory or anything else that needs mana. So if you want to automatically fill those up from a pool, you can totally do that. And it's totally simple. You just put that augment on there and you're good to go. If you would like to distribute mana from one pool to other pools, you have 2 options there. You've got dominant, which means that any spark that has the dominant augment on it will pull mana from any nearby pools that have mana in them to fill itself up. That's useful for things that you're going to craft with, right? So if you're going to auto craft like mana ingots, or if you're going to craft like with the runic altar and all that stuff, you're going to want to have a dominant spark on that mana pool. Recessive is a pool that's going to automatically empty itself into any adjacent pools or nearby pools that have sparks on them. So recessive is the one we're going to want here. Basically, we're going to put a recessive pool on this mana pool, and it's going to spew its mana out all over to every pool nearby and let that mana just go crazy and fill itself up with all the different pools. And then they'll be full. And then once this one is done filling up all the nearby pools, it will itself fill up and then stop the mana production. Cool? So recessive is what we're going to want to do to get all these guys filled up. Nice. Easy peasy. So let's make it. Recessive augment requires pixie dust, mana steel ingot, and a rune of earth. Gonna need an earthen rune. So that is a coal block, stone, and a mushroom, right? Yes. And then the other thing we're going to need, I wouldn't mind setting up some auto crafting, right? So here's what we could do. Let's auto craft with a pool that's going to sit right here. Let's get another one, because at this point, I would like to have auto crafting happen for mana items, right? Mana steel and mana pearl and all that stuff. And I wouldn't mind also setting up auto crafting with this guy. That would be cool. And these are both totally achievable tasks. So let's do this. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is fill this pool up with mana. You do that. And while that's happening, let's pop over to here and craft a few things. So first off, we're going to need a crafter from refined storage. Easy peasy. We're also going to want an open crate. Pretty easy peasy. This is just made with living wood, right? So I can get 2 of these going and open crate. Good to go. The other thing I'm going to want is from Actually Additions. I'm going to want the vacuum chest thingy from Actually Additions. The ranged collector. This guy is rapidly becoming my favorite item collection tool just because of the amount of... Let's see, I need a void crystal. I did teach this eventually, right? Yay. All right, cool. Only because it's really good at picking up items at range. Like, it doesn't need line of sight. It has a lot of good filtering options. Rapidly becoming one of my favorite tools for the I need to pick up items and put them somewhere role. Neat. So we've got our range collector, we've got our open crate, we've got our crafter. We're also going to want some cables, and we might need a few more cables. Nice. So let's set this up over here. So basically, and you know what I might want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. Ooh, I know what I want to do. I want to have everything hidden underground, if I may, so that you don't see wiring above ground. If I can make this hidden and look cool, that would be great. Red string. I think I can do this with a red stringed container. Okay, so all we need to do is this. Just get a few redstone blocks just to have handy. Red stringed container would be a cool way to do what I want to do, I think. So let's do this. If I could have everything completely hidden underground, I'd be very happy about that. And I think I can. I totally think I can. The only thing that won't be available underground will be the dropper, and that's okay. So we will have an open crate directly above the mana pool. And then what I'm going to have is a red stringed container that if we do this, you'll see the red string container goes through the mana pool because the mana pool doesn't have inventory storage, right? So what happens is it's going through this block. It's saying, oh, that one doesn't have inventory storage. Let's find a block that does. The open crate. Like I said, it's kind of like a phantom face. And what this will do is if we have like a hopper, for example. Do I have a hopper handy? No, I don't. Well, basically, any items that get piped into the red string container will get dropped and redirected into the open crate. Cool, right? So that'll be good. And then we're going to want a ranged collector, and we're going to want to go over here. There should-ish be... Where did I have that cool dude? Where in the world did I have... I know he's around here somewhere. Let's... Here we go. We're getting close, because there's a thing here. I'm looking for my network dude. This underneath my Botania area is becoming quite the mess, isn't it? I knew I shouldn't have covered him up anytime soon. Just because I want a good relative positioning, like where is he related to... Ah, here he is. Okay, cool. Not too far. So this should be easy enough, right? Just go off in this direction. And then we'll pipe over to here. This way. Hey, we found it. Cool. All right, so we can place our crafter there. Let's get our cables. Let's clean up our inventory of all that junk we just found underground. Nice. That'll work. Quite well, actually. So then we can filter whitelist respecting metadata. We can get any mana related stuff, right? So check this out. If I put mana steel in the whitelist, okay, and then we're going to want an importer set up right on the ranged collector, like so. Cool? So check this out. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go teach this dude how to make mana steel. Okay. Iron yields mana steel. Okay, that's going to go into this crafter right here. Right? Now let's watch what happens. when the crafting occurs, it's going to put the iron into the red string container, which is going to teleport it right up into the open crate, which is going to immediately drop it on the mana pool, and then the ranged collector is going to only have access to pick up mana steel ingots. Ready? Let's try this out. So if I asked for 10 of you, sweet. And it's all well hidden underground. How great is that? Cool. So mana powder, that's made from gunpowder. And we're also going to want mana diamonds, mana pearls, and mana glass. Do we have any of that? Yeah, we do. Cool. So let's convert these two, because I need to add these all to the ranged collector thing, right? And remember, there's like, if we need to expand this, we totally can, but we're not going to need more than this. There's not that many recipes, right? So that looks pretty good. So that's the 5 types of items that you might want to get from here. For now, that's sufficient, I would say. So let's go make the crafting recipes set. Okay, so mana diamond. Not a mana pool. I said not a mana pool. This one's wrong. Shift click. Cool. And suddenly we've got them all. Nice. And I think I put away my bricks. I always like to have something in inventory slot 5 to build with. You guys notice that like I have a pretty strict way of placing items in my hotbar. Number 1's always my sword, number 2's always my drill, or whatever I'm using to dig with. Number 3 is usually either torches or traveling staff. Number 4 is whatever my wrench is for my current mod. And number 5 is always a block placer. And then the last 4 or whatever. I've been pretty, that literally I've been doing since I first started playing Minecraft. Like, years ago. It's just kind of been my habit. Alright, cool. So now, you guys are set, you're set, and now we can auto-craft whatever we want. So if we said, hey, I need a new mana diamond, it's going to automatically craft 3 of them. Boom. And then the importer will pick them up. How cool is that? Nice. And again, I'm proud of it because it's all hidden, right? Completely hidden underground. That's what I like about doing things with... Like, I'm not the best at building things. You guys have figured that out by now. That's no secret. I'm not breaking anyone's, you know, worldview by saying, hey, Direwolf's not a good builder. But things like red string comparators and phantom faces and all that good stuff totally make for some fun things for auto-crafting. So I was doing stuff. You, and you, and... No, not you. I don't need gunpowder in there. This, and... Oh, that's right. I had a piece of stone in my inventory for a reason, didn't I? You. Sweet. I should probably upgrade this mana spreader. It'll make crafting more, you know, happen faster, which is cool. Nice. All right, so that's all good and working. And I could set up a separate one of those for the alchemy catalyst. And then if I ever need to alchemy catalyst anything, I could totally... The exact same setup, just needs an alchemy catalyst under it, right? Easy peasy. Loving it. All right, so you, sir... Where's my living rock? There you go. Okay, and then I need one of those pearls, which I think I've got one still. We could set up a similar system here for auto-crafting with that, which we will probably do shortly. But now I want to get my augments. So spark augments. So we're going to want the recessive one, definitely. I wouldn't mind having a dominant one as well, which is just going to need a rune of fire, which we may or may not have one of over here. We do. Sweet. And the reason I want the dominant, I will show you in a moment. So that should be cool, right? So let's set up recessive on this bad boy right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to spread its mana to all nearby pools, and you can totally see that happening. All nearby pools that have a spark. If there's a spark on this pool, it'll also get spread over to there. But I want this pool to have the dominant spark. I want him to be full at all times. And with a dominant spark, he's going to pull mana from all nearby pools to fill himself up. And you'll notice that happening beautifully. Nice. So all these pools have a bit of mana going. These guys are going to start running. It's going to distribute all that mana to those guys there. Back here, behind There's going to be a good way to get behind this thing, I know that. I wouldn't mind having sparks on these two pools as well. Only because I want them to be available to run at all times. Now, technically I should put dominant on these guys, but I think recessive should be fine. So if I do that, that should be good. And now mana should be making its way behind the portal. And just doing a great old job. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great. No worries. So that should be cool. And we can cover this up again. Let's throw a torch back there just so we don't get monsters spawning, because you know they like to. Though I think my my anti-spawn mechanic reaches back there. So that's pretty cool, right? So we've got auto-crafting of the mana pool. We've got this guy. We've got these guys filling up, which is great. I like that. I like everything about it. I wonder if there's a way that I can get the item to go through the dirt. I think if I just, like, shot it into the dirt in much way this works, I could hide my auto-crafting behind there as well. That would be kind of cool, right? So if I had another crafter set up, and we could use the actually additions smart dropper thing. So get a dropper, get this dude. We're going to want the crafter. We're going to want the... Are you still making a crafter? What's taking so long, dude? Come on. There it is. We're going to want an import bus again. Importer. I keep calling it an import bus. I know. I'm terrible. So that's precision dropper, that. We're also going to want the hopper thing again. The vacuum chest from actually additions. Yeah, the ranged collector. So let's test to see if we can set up something very similar over here right now. So what I could have is my ranged collector here set to whitelist something like pixie dust, right? And then we're going to want the automatic precision dropper. Now this one's going to be a little bit tricky to place, but I think I should be able to make it work. Oh, nice. Perfect. No, I don't want you there. Do I have my magnet ring on? Yeah, let me make sure that's active. Perfect. Yeah, I actually want you one block further back, right on top of the ranged collector. Nice. Okay, and then you can go there. Beautiful. That's what I'd want to see. Oh, nice, I can break through the portal. I thought that portal would be in my way more than it apparently is. So you're on redstone mode deactivation, which means any item that gets dropped into this automatic precision dropper is going to be spit right out. Cool. So it doesn't... you know, unlike the ones that we have underneath the flowers that respond to a redstone pulse, this one will just immediately drop. Cool. You're going to import bus. I'm sure we have some cabling that we can connect into pretty easily here. Cool. And then this guy just needs the crafter, which will go... Hey, what? Do what now? Did anybody else? Okay, cool. Just a desync. That's all. Let's make sure that you're rotated in the right way. That's correct. Cool. And then we could set up something like pixie recipe. Cool. Now, if this works, then we're in good shape. This should actually be about right. So we just put this in here. Now, if we say we want... You ready for this? Let's watch from a distance. Aww, range, please. I want 10 more pixie dust, right? What's going to happen is it's going to turn ender pearls into mana pearls and then mana pearls into pixie dust, assuming that this goes through. I see it happening. You see it? It's real quick and it's happening behind the wall, which is cool, but it's totally working. And look, we got 10 pixie dust. That is awesome. How cool is that? Completely hidden behind that dirt wall. Almost on accident that it works that well. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's make a few things. I'm going to teach the recipes for Elementium. Okay, that's you guys. All right, I'm going to teach the recipe for Dragonstone. And I mean, I guess that's about it, right? I mean, there's a few other Elfheim things. Elf glass. What's it called? Elf glass, right? That's it. Cool. Right. So then we're gonna want actually to have some Elementium, some Elf glass. I'm just gonna manually create these just so I can add them to the whitelist. And then Dragonstone requires a mana diamond. Cool. So you and you, just so you can go into the whitelisting of this guy. So these 4 get added to this crafting component. And then, so we've got auto crafting from most of the things that we would need from Botania, which is cool, and I'm happy about it. The one that's the most annoying thing to craft is the one I haven't yet made auto crafting or come up with a good way to do it yet. I really want to avoid having like 1 runic altar per crafting recipe, because then you need 16 runic altars. That's no fun. We'll figure something out, though. We'll figure something out. All right, guys, we're actually doing pretty good in terms of resource production, which is great. What I'd like to do next is maybe rearrange some of this area. So I don't think we really need these guys anymore, right? Does that seem like a fair assessment? Is my magnet not on? My magnet is on. Oh, right, I've got the anti-magnet flower nearby. Haha. There we go. So I'm gonna like pretty much just dismantle all this stuff that's here. You can go away. Hey. Why do you have a full mana tablet in you? That's pretty cool. Must have been this one. It picked it up at some point. Probably because I was breaking things. Nice. Alright, so that cleans up this area pretty well. Not bad, right? We will probably... I'm going to say that you guys can go into the refined storage system, right? So I want that runic altar, actually. Runic altar, please. Mana spreader. Yes. You know what I might want to do? Enderman. Now I lost track of what I might want to do. Hopper Ha, Copper, Open Crate. These things can all go away-ish. I might want to hang on to my Solangalia. My Endo Flames can go away for the time being. I think I wouldn't mind teaching it how to make the second tier of... So what I could do is say... Let's convert this real quick and teach this to the thing that I just made. So... we're going to want you to now whitelist Dreamwood, and then we want to teach Dreamwood to the pattern. Cool. And then we're also going to want a pattern for a mana spreader. Elven mana spreader. Sweet. And again, it doesn't matter which of these we use in terms of the which flower we use, right? Or petal, because they're all the same in terms of generation. Cool. So you get the Dreamwood recipe. Nice. Now I should, in theory, be able to request an Elven Mana Spreader. And it knows how to make Elementium, it knows how to make Dreamwood, it actually has them all available, so it should just be able to craft one real quick. Sweet. I wouldn't mind making... I would love to be able to make the mana lenses, but that requires a Rune of Fire, which I don't have handy, do I? No, probably not. So let's get some gunpowder. I'm going to want some mana powder. Awesome. Mana, and then nether wart and nether brick. At some point, nether wart farm. Can you guys do me a favor and just remind me? Be like, Dyer, where's your nether wart farm? Why you don't have nether wart farm yet? Because what I'd like this to do, and Right, I just destroyed my runic altar. Haha, I know what I'm doing. I'm a smart person who knows how to play this game. Mana pool. I literally just destroyed this thing. And then I'm like, hey, I need to go craft with it. Oh, right. So let's set up another kind of crafting area. So if, in theory, this will be my mana production, and this will be creation of Terra Steel, which we might automate at some point, should be doable-ish. It's tricky, but it should be doable. And then mana pool, that's obviously going to be fine for auto crafting these things, right? So let's set up like right here-ish. We could have a mana pool with an elven mana spreader. The streamwood can go away, and the runic altar. Does that sound cool? And then we might want, really, Enderman? Really? A spark with a rune of dominance on it. So that requires a rune of fire as well. So for now, you're going to get a trickling amount, but you should be able to do... Hopefully you have enough mana in there as it stands. Enderman, please. Nice. Living rock. Rune of fire. Sweet. So I want that to be a dominant spark. Check. And then I also want the lens. Check. And potency lens. That will increase the speed at which we can craft. And that's good. So by putting that guy on there, and then the dominant on this, this should fill up nice and quickly. Look how fast that fills up. Draining from all these pools. Nice, right? Loving it. So we are in really good shape with crafting and everything here. I'm going to try and work on between this episode and next, or even maybe the next one after that. At some point, I want to try and figure out a way to get some good auto crafting going on with this guy. There's ways to do it. I'm just trying to find a way that I like. No promises. The only other thing we might want to auto craft or set up is the alchemy catalyst and the conjuration catalyst. So conjuration catalyst is neat, and that's totally doable right now. This allows you to pretty much convert mana into items. So the conjuration catalyst, you can totally do things like dupe your redstone, glowstone, nether quartz, nice, coal, snowballs, netherrack, soul sand, gravel, leaves, and grass. Not bad. Quartz would kind of be nice to do. The only thing is I'd have to come up with a good way to get the duping of items to occur. And I've got ideas on how that might happen. Sort of. Like, because I in the past I've played with things like refined storage where I'm like use nether quartz to make quartz, and it usually does not work out so well. So we'll have to figure that out. But we might want to automate that. And the conjuration catalyst, there's lots of conjuration catalyst recipes too, right? There we go, alchemizing with mana. So that one lets you get leather, different types of wood, different types of saplings. I don't know that there's anything in particular that we would need to auto-craft here, right? That's kind of a nice one. You can actually get name tags, which is cool. I don't know that we would need to auto-craft any of this. Slime balls might be a neat one to teach, though. Oh, if only we could go the other direction. Ender pearls to gas tiers, that would be even better. There's a lot of recipes here, clearly. Coarse dirt. Yeah, I don't know if we'd necessarily need any of that, but duping items would be kind of cool. And we could just... How about we set that up real quick? Having this conjuration catalyst is good, don't get me wrong, or the alchemy catalyst. So we're going to want brewing stands times 2, and we're also going to want a mana pearl times 1, which easily is craftable. Hooray. Thanks to the efforts of what we've done today. Nice, conjuration catalyst. Then we're going to need a pool. Check. We're going to need a spark. Check. Probably crushing blaze powder right now. That would be my guess. And then we want a spark augment dominant. Nice. That's cool. And then what we can do is place this guy down here, this guy here, spark augment dominant. I've honestly not done a lot with this usually, but that's about to change because I might want to automate the crafting or duping, I guess, if you will, of things like nether quartz. So I think we're not bad on quartz, but like frequently I'm running low, right? So this might be a good way. Quartz, yeah, I'm at like 25 right now, right? So here's the problem. I can't very well teach the refined storage system to use quartz to make quartz because it won't make it until it's out of it. That's how refined storage works, right? When you say, I want to make a mana spreader, right? It's going to say, oh, there's 6 available. I'm not going to craft them. I'm just going to use the ones that we already have. Now, once you've completely run out, you don't have any to make more with. So that's going to be a trick, right? But in theory, that's all we need to do. Quartz for days. Now that drains actually a hefty amount of mana to do that. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that. So let me come up with a good way. Well, I'll probably do something along the lines of keep this in stock, where it'll be like the drawers, like this, and we'll kind of keep like 4 stacks of nether quartz available at all times, right? That would probably be the approach I want to take. And then anytime we're under 4 stacks, Enderman. Dude, for real, why are you sneaking around? Okay? Leave me alone. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So maybe we'll work on that next episode. And we'll want it to work with multiple item types, right? Quartz is the main one we're going to want to focus on, but we want whatever we build to work with other things. So we could use like a 4x4 drawer. So if we want to do the same thing with glowstone, for example, even though you can convert redstone to glowstone, and we have tons of redstone, and I think it's cheaper to convert, so that might be a reason to get the alchemy catalyst going automated, but we'll see. Anyway, I think it's wrapping up point. So Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Lots of fun with Botania today. It's been a good time. I've enjoyed it. Hope you guys have too. For now, take it easy.